Hello, welcome to another crap episode of whatever this is I do. My name's Frank. We got another massive audience today of 0. That can't be right. Well, here I go. It's Friday. It's actually my least favorite day because that means the market's closed tomorrow. But that's fine. I need the weekends to check things off the list. Alright, let's take a look first at news events today, then the news headlines. Finally looks like we're having a bearish day for the first time in weeks. Well, not weeks. First time in 3 days. I'm waiting for it to recover, but we'll take a look at that then. Uh, 9:15 we got industrial production. Usually doesn't move the markets that much, but I block it out anyway just in case. In fact, I forgot to set a task. Wait, I don't usually trade during that time anyway. Never mind. Yeah, I don't trade from 9:30 to 10. Maybe one day I can be good enough. That's it. Next week we got Canada. Who cares about Canada? Geez, not much. Pending home sales next Tuesday at 10 a.m. But Monday, nothing. Tuesday, some Fed speeches, FOMC minutes, 2 p.m. That usually moves the market quite a bit. I think people will be paying attention to that. There's whispers about a possible rate hike. I don't see that coming. If I put on the tinfoil hat, I would say they are pushing these rumors of a rate hike to pull the market back so more rich people can buy into the market before they pump it again. That's just a harebrained theory. PMI next Thursday. And Michigan consumer on Friday. So not a huge day of news next week. While I'm thinking about it, let's take a look at earnings. I usually only pay attention to the real big earnings. This week, it was a lot of smaller companies. You gotta schedule your time well. If I looked into all this, you have to ask is what would be the benefit of that over reviewing charts. You got to pick and choose. Let's see if I can get next week. That's this week yet, right? That's old, very old. How do I not have a good list? I have it on TradingView, but their list sucks. Yeah, their list shows too many things. And I don't think they yet have a way to narrow it down by, I guess I could do a screener that would do that, but I don't have time for that. Let's forget about that for now. I think Nvidia's next week, if I remember correctly. That's going to be gigantic. The last few times Nvidia released earnings, the market fell immediately after. But there's other things going on, so we'll see. All right, take a quick look at the news headlines. All right, we're saying market's tumbling because yields rise. Let's check that ourselves. Uh-oh. There we go. Two-year yields are up. Not an insane amount, but it's getting close to the 5% level. Yeah, it's concerning. Yeah, we're getting up there. I think that's why people will be paying attention to FOMC minutes next week. 10-year, that's getting up there too. Let's take a look at the 30-year. This last one here is the 30-year. It's stuck just below 5%. Yeah, I could definitely see a retracement coming up in the market, but again, what did I say yesterday? I said it looked like we should retrace, but I'm not betting too much on it, and we didn't. We just trailed higher yesterday. And part of the reason right here is this. This is a graph of how much the Fed is buying back bonds. If you don't know, when the Fed buys back bonds, puts more money into markets. Just a very simple explanation. This is released every Wednesday. The information isn't usually added to the chart until maybe Thursday or Friday. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, another week of the Fed dumping money into markets, basically printing money. They're printing more money. So any sustained bear market is going to be up against something like that. And it's hard. It's hard to fight billions and billions of dollars being poured into the markets. These other two, this is, I put these little reminders for me because it's hard to remember all this stuff. Where the Fed holds cash, goes up, liquidity drains from the markets. So this going down is good for markets. So this is also weekly. Or isn't it? No, this is daily. So it's kind of down for the moment, we'll say. And this is how much money the government has right now. If it's holding a lot of money in its accounts instead of spending it, that can be seen as bad for the market, but it's not a deciding factor, not near as much as bonds, federal buybacks, and the interest rates. But the interest rate settings, which is what most people pay attention to the most, that is just one piece of the puzzle. It took a while. I had to learn this over and over and over again to really start to see the picture, big picture, and I still really don't understand it fully. All right, back to the news articles. More news about the China trip. Who cares? I said what I wanted to say about that yesterday. It's sickening. We're being sold out. I was excited about the reshoring opportunities for America. I thought that was the whole reason for the tariffs. I guess not. If you're just going to sell out Americans to China, whatever. You got to keep the tradition alive. I mean, every president has done that for the past how many administrations? So might as well just keep doing it. And then wait till the elections. They will all pretend to be anti-Chinese, and then they're bowing down. Strait of Hormuz closure causes Diet Coke shortage in India. Oh no. How does this make news? And why do the Indians drink Diet Coke? No wonder. I don't care. Another article about everything's good, but be careful. They don't know. They don't know anything. And ignore this too. It could be because of yields, and it could not be. Things might be tumbling just because it's Friday. People are taking profits. Now, I'm not saying I'm completely bullish on the market. If I had my way, the market would be a different beast altogether, and companies would be punished for bad business, but it's not the case at all. All right, enough of news. Let's take a look at the charts. Let's draw the profile out. This is the daily. Of course, I was about to make this a new profile yesterday until we retraced. So this is now this joined into the same profile, which is why this is not a bad area to buy. That is not advice. That is, I don't know. I'm keeping my stops very close. But watch for strength here, as price will try to make for new highs. I mean, that's been the it's been the MO for over a month now. days like yesterday just kind of make you, I don't know. I don't remember placing a trade yesterday. Maybe I did. I placed a trade last night once I thought a bottom was in. I'll show you that trade in a minute, but what was I getting at? Doesn't matter. We're coming to butt up against the POC and VWAP. These areas are kind of loose, so it could halt anywhere in this profile and turn around. Or it can continue down further. But if you see it happen again and again and again and again, where price comes back, can't even make it to prior lows or to value area low, which is right here, well then what are you going to expect? That's what happened so Monday, this was Monday, made new highs. We did retrace back to value area low and bounced off that. 2 days of new highs. We've been sitting at the same POC for a while, so it only makes sense that we're coming back to pick up more buyers. The question is, are we going to pick up more buyers here? Who knows? It's worth a couple contracts for now. I'm still working on how exactly I build into positions. It's pretty clear I enjoy scalping more just because it's less stressful and it's more exciting. But my best trades are rotational trades. That's where I think it's the only area of my futures trading that is profitable. My investments are profitable because, you know, you could throw a dart at a dartboard and pick a stock based on that and you'd be profitable right now, but yeah. Now this is the daily profile split up where I mark previous days naked value areas. If you don't know, a naked value area is a value area from a previous day or previous period that has not yet had price run through it. And that just so happens to be where we are right now. We also have another one much lower, but I don't see a price getting that low today. We shall see at the open. I did miss this. VIX just rocketed up since 7:30. That might make me change my mind a little bit. We shall see. Keep your stops close. All right, let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. I'll go through what happened the last couple days, the overnight key areas that were hit, and then I'm off. Crap. That's not the right one. There he is. I'm meaning to get rid of cumulative delta. So yesterday we had a slow melt up. I guess I wouldn't call it slow. We were one time framing higher for quite a while. barely came back for a pullback. One pullback on the open, not the open, the POC, barely even touched the POC. I usually don't buy into them because price action at the POC could end up being very rangy. Rangy is not a word, but whatever. We stopped kind of nowhere. If you do Fibonacci levels, maybe you know this as an area, but I don't. Came back, real nice bounce off of initial balance high. And then for the rest of the day, we just kind of ranged a bit. Brought the POC down a little. I wasn't able to trade at this time. I would have definitely taken this trade. Very often I only can trade for till noon or 1. The overnight basically broke lower the entire overnight. I watched it. I think I got in a trade, yeah, before bed. Maybe it was here. Yeah, it was around here where price was holding. My stops got triggered. But then this morning, I took a trade here with more contracts. Made back all the money I lost. I took profits on one of the contracts up here and then moved my stop up, which was triggered right about here. Right now I'm in a trade, not on Sierra charts, on TradingView. With my stop just below this. I might give it more room because of price could move around this naked value area, which is, I don't have it marked on my 5-minute, but it's 74.29. I mean, it hit it right on. That's, to me, that's bullish. But we'll see. We also have yesterday's, well, 2 days ago. No, yesterday's regular trading hours, initial balance high. Right below that. And then the initial balance low. As well as yesterday's low. Wait, no, a couple days ago low. So there's some support down here yet. We'll see. I think I will move my stop to just below this general area. How about 1650? Nah. You know what? If it's not going to hold after a nice hit on this, if it's not going to bring in more buyers right now, I don't see it bringing in more buyers 10 points lower. I think if we break through, we're heading to at least Wednesday's low. Or the POC, like I said earlier, the range POC. But because this level is kind of arbitrary, I'm sure others have drawn this. It could be within any amount of this area, this whole value area actually, that it could turn around. Because everything has been so bullish lately, I am literally putting money on it being above the POC. What other areas do we have that were respected last night. Yesterday's initial balance low. Look out for that if we head higher, as well as yesterday's low. I mean, we hit that right there pretty nicely. Did I even have that? Okay, good. It's hard to keep track of all the key areas I have and where they're posted and whatnot. Alright, that's all I got for today. What do I think is going to happen into the open? I honestly don't know. I think we're going to start trending higher from here. But I think we're going to hit all of this resistance pretty hard. So let me check how many contracts I have. Just one. I was going to say, if you have multiple contracts down here, it wouldn't be a bad idea to break them off as we hit this resistance. But if that's the case, I think I'm gonna do that with my one contract. It's been a decent week for me. Slowly getting back into things, getting comfortable with Sierra charts, getting comfortable trading with Sierra charts, or using it for evaluation. I still trade on TradingView. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna probably break higher, but there's gonna be selling. And again, I could be completely wrong. Many times I've been slightly bearish or cautious, you might say, and make new highs. In fact, I think last Friday last Friday, new highs. Completely recovered and made new highs. The thing you hear all the time is people say, oh, it's Friday. A lot of people just take profits and go on vacation and take off for the weekend. They want to make sure they're flat for the weekend, so they take profits. Well, last Friday, that didn't happen. All right, that's all I got. Good luck, goodbye. See you on Monday.